Unlocking Time Mastery, the Clockmaker's Secret Revealed. In the heart of a quaint little town nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there stood an old, ivy-covered cottage. Inside this cottage lived an eccentric yet brilliant clockmaker named Elijah. His workshop was a cluttered sanctuary of ticking timepieces, each one meticulously crafted with precision and care. But among the numerous clocks that adorned the walls, there was one that held a mysterious secret. It was an ornate grandfather clock, passed down through generations of Elijah's family. Legend had it that it was enchanted, possessing the power to manipulate time itself. Many dismissed it as mere folklore, but Elijah knew better. He had spent countless hours studying its intricate mechanisms, trying to unlock its hidden potential. From the moment Elijah laid eyes on the clock as a child, he was captivated by its beauty and mystery. Its intricate carvings, delicate hands, and melodious chime held a fascination that never waned. His grandfather, the previous custodian of the clock, had often regaled him with tales of its supposed powers, sparking Elijah's curiosity and igniting a passion for discovery. As he grew older, Elijah devoted himself to unraveling the secrets of the grandfather clock. He spent long hours in his workshop, poring over ancient texts and experimenting with different combinations of gears and springs. Each failure only fueled his determination, driving him to push the boundaries of what was thought possible. One stormy night, as lightning danced across the sky and rain pelted against the windows, Elijah made a breakthrough. With trembling hands, he adjusted the gears and levers according to an ancient diagram he had discovered in his grandfather's journal. As the clock struck midnight, a soft hum filled the air, and a faint glow emanated from within the clock's intricate workings. Elijah's heart raced with excitement as he realized he had succeeded. The grandfather clock was indeed enchanted, but its true power had yet to be revealed. With eager anticipation, he awaited the dawn, eager to explore the possibilities that lay ahead. As the first light of dawn broke through the storm clouds, Elijah's mind raced with possibilities. What wonders could the clock hold? What mysteries of time could he uncover? With a sense of urgency, he hurried to his workshop, eager to delve deeper into the secrets of the grandfather clock. Inside the workshop, the grandfather clock stood silent yet pulsating with potential. Its golden hands pointed expectantly towards the future, beckoning Elijah to unlock its hidden truths. With steady hands and a determined spirit, he began to explore its inner workings, tracing the intricate patterns etched into its gears and mechanisms. Hours turned into days as Elijah immersed himself in his work, each moment bringing him closer to understanding the true nature of the clock's power. He experimented with different combinations of settings, testing its limits and pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. And with each discovery, his excitement grew, fueling his relentless pursuit of knowledge. But as Elijah delved deeper into the mysteries of the grandfather clock, he couldn't shake the feeling of unease that gnawed at the edges of his mind. What consequences could arise from tampering with the fabric of time itself? What dangers lurked beyond the veil of uncertainty? Despite his doubts, Elijah pressed on, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a thirst for understanding. For him, the allure of discovery outweighed the risks, and he was determined to unlock the secrets of the clock, no matter the cost. And so, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars illuminated the night sky, Elijah continued his quest into the unknown. For within the heart of the grandfather clock lay the key to unlocking a world of wonders, and he would stop at nothing to uncover its mysteries. Days turned into weeks, and Elijah delved deeper into the mysteries of the grandfather clock. He discovered that it could not only manipulate time, but also transport the traveler to different eras. The possibilities were endless, but Elijah knew the dangers that lurked within the fabric of time itself. With each passing day, Elijah's obsession with the grandfather clock grew. He spent sleepless nights poring over ancient tomes and deciphering cryptic symbols in search of clues to unlock its full potential. The allure of exploring distant lands and witnessing pivotal moments in history beckoned to him like a siren's song, enticing him with promises of adventure and discovery. One fateful evening, Elijah decided to embark on a journey through the ages. With a sense of trepidation, he set the hands of the clock to a time long past, and stepped inside the swirling vortex of light that appeared before him. As he emerged on the other side, Elijah found himself in a bustling medieval marketplace. The sights and sounds were overwhelming. but he pressed on, determined to uncover the secrets of the past. The air was thick with the scent of spices and the sound of merchants haggling over their wares. Colourful banners fluttered in the breeze, and the cobblestone streets teemed with life. Elijah marvelled at the sights before him, his heart filled with wonder at the realization that he had travelled back in time. But his excitement was short-lived, for he soon realized the dangers that lurked in this unfamiliar world. Superstition and fear ran rampant, and the mere sight of his modern attire drew suspicious glances from passers-by. Caught between the desire to explore and the need to remain unseen, Elijah treaded carefully through the medieval streets, mindful of the consequences of altering the course of history. But despite his best efforts to blend in, he could not escape the watchful eyes of those who viewed him with suspicion. As he wandered through the crowded marketplace, Elijah caught sight of a group of villagers gathered around a makeshift stage. Curious, he approached, only to discover that they were preparing to execute a woman accused of witchcraft. Horror gripped his heart as he watched the scene unfold before him, powerless to intervene without risking his own safety. In that moment, Elijah faced a dilemma unlike any he had encountered before. Should he stand idly by and allow injustice to prevail, or should he use the powers of the grandfather clock to alter the course of history? The weight of his decision hung heavy upon him, for he knew that meddling with the past could have unforeseen consequences. But as he looked into the eyes of the accused woman, he saw fear and desperation mirrored in her gaze. He could not turn away, knowing that his inaction would condemn her to a fate worse than death. With a steely resolve, Elijah made his choice. Rushing forward, he pushed through the crowd and stood between the woman and her accusers, his voice ringing out with conviction. He pleaded for mercy, urging the villagers to reconsider their actions and see reason in the face of blind superstition. For a moment, time stood still as Elijah's words hung in the air, his heart pounding in his chest. And then, miraculously, the mood began to shift. The villagers exchanged uncertain glances, their resolve waning in the face of Elijah's impassioned plea. In the end, reason prevailed, and the woman was spared from the flames of the pyre. Gratitude shone in her eyes as she embraced Elijah, thanking him for his bravery in the face of adversity. And as Elijah watched her disappear into the crowd, he knew that he had made the right choice. But even as he celebrated his victory, a nagging doubt lingered in the back of his mind. What other challenges awaited him in this strange and unpredictable world? And what consequences would his actions have on the future he had left behind? With a heavy heart, Elijah returned to the grandfather clock, knowing that his journey was far from over. For as long as the clock held the power to traverse time and space, he would be bound by duty to protect the fragile threads of history, lest they unravel beneath the weight of his ambition. In the aftermath of his daring intervention in the medieval marketplace, Elijah grappled with the consequences of his actions. Though he had succeeded in saving the accused woman from a gruesome fate, he knew that his meddling in the affairs of the past had far-reaching implications. As he returned to the present, Elijah found himself haunted by visions of what could have been. What if his interference had inadvertently altered the course of history, setting off a chain reaction of events that led to unforeseen consequences? The weight of the unknown hung heavy upon him, casting a shadow over his newfound sense of accomplishment. But despite his doubts, Elijah refused to be consumed by regret. He knew that the powers of the grandfather clock were a double-edged sword, capable of both great good and great harm. And though he could not undo the past, he resolved to use his newfound knowledge for the betterment of mankind. Back in his workshop, Elijah continued to tinker with the grandfather clock, refining its abilities and unlocking new powers. He shared his discoveries with the world, using the clock not as a tool for personal gain, but as a beacon of hope and enlightenment. Word of Elijah's exploits spread far and wide, drawing admirers and skeptics alike. Some hailed him as a hero, praising his bravery in the face of adversity. Others condemned him as a fool, warning of the dangers of tampering with forces beyond mortal comprehension. But Elijah paid little heed to the naysayers, for he knew that his actions had not been in vain. Through his efforts, he had saved a life and changed the course of history, however subtly. And though the mysteries of the clockmaker's secret were never fully unravelled, one thing remained certain. The power of the human imagination knows no bounds, and with it, anything is possible. As years turned into decades, Elijah's fame continued to grow, and his legacy lived on through the generations. The grandfather clock became a symbol of innovation and progress, a testament to the enduring spirit of exploration and discovery. But as time marched inexorably forward, Elijah found himself plagued by doubts once more. Had he truly made a difference, or had his actions merely delayed the inevitable? The passage of time brought with it new challenges and uncertainties, leaving him to wonder if his efforts had been in vain. But even as doubt threatened to consume him, Elijah refused to surrender to despair. For in the heart of the grandfather clock, he found solace and inspiration, a reminder of the boundless potential that lay within each and every one of us. And so, as the years gave way to centuries, Elijah's legacy endured, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. Though he may have been but a mere mortal, his actions had transcended time itself, leaving an indelible mark on the fabric of history. For as long as the grandfather clock continued to tick, so too would the memory of Elijah and his extraordinary journey through the ages. And though the mysteries of the past may remain shrouded in darkness, the light of discovery would continue to shine brightly, guiding future generations towards a brighter tomorrow.